The Gaza Strip under lockdown.
You can see that there is really less movement in the street, no cars moving, no taxis, no shops. Few supermarkets, small supermarkets are open just to with restriction as well.
With nearly 2,000 new cases of COVID-19 and over a dozen deaths, authorities are taking action with restrictions on movement and all non-essential businesses ordered to close. The Gaza Strip is divided into 5 governorates or zones. Authorities have also now restricted movement between the zones to try to contain the spread of the disease. It's not an easy task. Nearly a decade of blockade tightened by Israel after Hamas took over the enclave has brought the healthcare system to its knees.
The health system here, again, is fragile since years. I mean, they have the chronic shortage of drugs and disposables. They have this electricity problem. They have the lack of paying salaries to the medical staff who are working in the hospital. So all these factors really were, I mean, is a big gap for the health facilities in Gaza.
There are 11 hospitals in Gaza. The European Gaza Hospital in the southern part of the Strip has been designated to treat COVID patients, but it still lacks the ability to treat the severely ill.
In Gaza, they have limited ventilators with problems of spare parts. So the capacity of maximum having 80 patients on ventilators.
And Gaza is one of the most densely populated areas on Earth, with more than 2 million people living in just 365 square kilometers.
You know that 60% or more of the population are living in refugee camps. In crowded refugee camps. They have extended families, the mean of from 5 to 6 children.
And the number of reported cases may not reflect reality, as gaps in testing still remain.
In Gaza, there is there is lack of this material. So there is lack of testing. So, of course, doesn't reflect the reality. If you are able to test more, you will discover more.
But through all that, the people of Gaza are used to living through crisis.
During I remember 2014 when there was the 50 days of war. It was similar to what we see now. It was lockdown. There was no shops, there was no cars, there was no people. The only difference that people were not wearing masks at that time.
Emily Rose, I-24 News.